Hello, squatters. Welcome back to another episode of the Squatter Camp podcast. I've been watching the news, man. I've been watching the news, and this thing is becoming a very serious concern. I'm not sure how much serious do we take these issues because I feel like it's either we are reluctant as citizens to act to protect this country. And I feel like our leaders just don't care about us. That we know that the ANC government doesn't care about us. The EFF is just a fraud. They don't care about the citizens of this country. They care about Africans. They don't care about the citizens of this country. Watching on the news, all over the news now, it's this issue of illegal immigrants demanding in a foreign country, demanding medical assistance. Let me make it clear, South Africans. I don't know how it will land on other people, but South Africa is not a junk. It's not a dumping site where everyone will come and demand whatever they demand that they can't even demand in their own home countries. They want to exercise their rights here. They can't exercise their rights in their countries. And we are sitting here with leaders who are the most useless people, who don't care and who doesn't even seem to care. I wonder if the political parties like ANC, EFF, MKP, if they didn't really need the votes from the citizens, would they even bother? I think I've got a feeling that even if they didn't really need the votes of the citizens who are carrying IDs to show that they are citizens, if illegal immigrants were allowed to vote, I don't think ANC will need you, South Africa. I don't think Julius Malema from the EFF will need you, South Africa. You know, these are the most arrogant politicians who think South Africans are next to nothing. They are categorizing us as substandard, as people who are not important. I'm sorry to say so, South Africa, but I'm very angry when I see foreign nationals doing as they please in our country. We've been very quiet about this issue for the longest time, and we knew that this is a ticking time bomb. And by the way, even last year, I made episodes about this issue of illegal immigrants who are bullying us South Africans, who are demanding the service, who want to tell us that they can exercise their rights in our country. In our country. But for as long as we have leaders who are setting this tone, we will never be a free country that is organized, that is having a better healthcare system. I don't know what is their intentions from these leaders. I don't know. How can you be a leader and issue this kind of remarks? Reckless statements. Julius Malema, he tried, to put cosmetics on this issue of illegal immigrants after he said illegal immigrants must find creative ways to come to our country. We are sitting here with a Mandela problem. What we are sitting with here today in South Africa of these illegal immigrants, it's a Mandela problem. That is his seed that he planted by going there to marry Graca Machel. Why did you marry Graca Machel? Why? Because you opened the borders wide open. Yo.
So let's take a principle on borderless Africa. There is this imaginary sponsored attack on the EFF that, yeah, we will not vote for them because of they want the borders to be opened and all of that. It can't change. If we are ahead of society, sorry, it's not our problem. Because the borders are not there, and the borders are naturally going to just fade away, and we're going to live together as we're living together now. Ordinary people are already living together now. So we are so backward that ordinary people have taken a lead.
Let's interrogate that a little bit. Don't you think, right, that correct as that position is, I'm sure you know I agree with that position. You know, I can speak endlessly about the xenophobia, etc. Right? You've just said now that some of your own members, despite that we are Marxist organizations, sometimes get confused about this whole issue about, you know, integration, unity of Africa, etc. Don't you think those who are not members could even be even more confused in the way that you package that message? For example, where you just say, well, you know, they must be creative. I'm quoting you verbatim. I don't know what was the context, but where you had said, no, they must be creative. If they have to swim through here, let it be. Then later on, you were clear to say, yes, but they must have documents, which are two different things. Address me on that.
No. They must be creative. It was during COVID, where the workers were locked out of their country. They work here. They've got papers. So I was not saying they must come in
without papers.
Without papers. They are the workers who were asked, please go home. Everybody stay in your houses. We've got this problem. And as the problem is going away, they are refusing to open the gates for those workers, especially the compliant ones who have documents and all of that. That's all I was addressing. But because propaganda is propaganda, they will twist it and create an impression that, no, he said they must flood into here. And then
what does your own research tell you, though, about whether that issue, right, could actually have cost you votes? You are clear, right? I think you were asked by one of our colleagues that, you know, would you retract that situation in order to get votes? And you said, oh, well, I would rather not have those votes.
There's no research that suggests otherwise. Even if it was suggesting anything of that sort, I won't do it. I would rather go home. I'm not going to agree that I must speak very bad and ill about black people for me to be elected president of South Africa. So it means I will be climbing on top of my people, using them to become what I want to become. Even if I become president, I want to enjoy it, because you want to become the president to help the oppressed masses of our people. Who are the oppressed masses of our people?
Says Julius Malema. So why are they working in South Africa when South Africans are unemployed? When they are not bringing a rescue? The parliament was doing the audit. Lecturers from Zimbabwe and Mozambique there are occupying the universities. Our brothers and sisters, they are sidelined. Now we must keep quiet. We must keep quiet, right? South Africans, we are too kind. You are too kind. You are too quiet. And I feel like this thing, we must handle it ourselves, to say the buck stops here. If we don't do this, because we are losing our country here. Don't look at Julius Malema, it's useless. Don't look at Cyril Ramaphosa, it's useless. Let's march and go to the streets. Because this will haunt us and our kids and our grandkids. Don't listen to these dumb politicians who are saying Africa united. Nothing united here. And questionable characters like Julius Malema, we must start looking at him actually. Where is the family tree there? Where is the family tree there? You don't want to talk about your father's side. your paternal parents, or you know something, or you're just misleading this country. You are misleading South Africans, and you still want our votes. You still want us to vote for you. You lie, you want our votes, and you claim that we can stay with our votes. We will never vote for you, Julius. Anyway, we will never vote for you because of this issue. We will never vote for you. You will move from that 8% to 4% or to 5%. South Africans have had enough of you, Julius. You need to come clean on this issue. And if you continue with Africans, go to Zimbabweans and Mozambicans and Nigerians and let them vote for you. Somebody told me that the ANC government is encouraging Home Affairs to sell IDs to these illegal immigrants so that they can vote for the ANC. So they prolong their stay in our country and naturally become citizens. I don't know how true is that. It's an allegation. And there are people who bought IDs that I know who are not using their IDs. And everybody knows that Home Affairs officials, they are selling IDs to these illegal immigrants. And we are quiet, South Africa. We are quiet. We are quiet. Are we too kind? I challenge Julius Malema to adopt 20 illegal immigrants and stay with them in his house in Hyde Park, in Bryston. Stay with these 20 illegal immigrants in his house. He talks a lot of nonsense, but he can't even adopt 5 of them to stay with them in his house, with his wife, with his family. For how long are we going to tolerate this? For how long? We are going to die a silent death? Come votes 2029. Come local government elections. They will be running around the squatter camps, wanting your vote, South Africans. I will never vote for those parties. I will never do that. It's one of the reasons I will never vote for ANC. I will never vote for EFF. Even the MKP is the same thing. I don't even understand the DA's position. They are the same. They are the same. I'd rather vote for Action SA or Patriotic Alliance, one of the two, for this specific issue of illegal immigrants. I'm sorry if it lands somehow, but we are not xenophobic. We are speaking our minds here. It's our country. If we don't protect it, who is going to protect this country? Who is going to protect it? Yo.
We have now wrapped up the program for today, and we have also discovered that about 20 people have died over the years fighting over this building to collect from the squatter camp people that are staying here. So there's a syndicate that kills each other every time. You collect for 3 months, they kill you, they take over. But now we have located the owner of the building through one of the security companies that are working around here. We just spoke to the owner. He's in Standerton. He will be coming tomorrow. We are calling on all the other private owners of the buildings to come forward. We are declaring war on these illegal buildings. Those that have been hijacked, that have private owners, we want them to come forward. Those that do not have owners, we are going to expropriate as the city so that we can put them in the inventory of the buildings of the city, so that as we embark on this program to revitalize Johannesburg and the surrounding suburbs, then we know which buildings we must target. Been hijacked that have private owners.
That is leadership. Kunene. We can judge him, we can say he's an ex-convict or whatsoever, but when it comes to this issue, Kunene is my man. Kunene is my man. You know, I don't like people who want to look better to other people. You know, people like Julius Malema, they want to look like messiahs. Messiah, you want to be a messiah. Look at the EFF. Look at what they are doing now. Look, check.
Revitalize Johannesburg and the surrounding suburbs, then we know which buildings we must target. This was a very successful operation. We have now disconnected the illegal connection of power. City Power is here. Makamisa, they brought Makamisa. They brought all the equipment that we could use to disconnect. From where they connected across the road to inside the building, we have disconnected everything. We took out the electricity infrastructure, so it's going to be dark here. Tomorrow we will meet with the MMC of Social Development at 9 o'clock with her team, establish that we can have an alternative shelter. Then we will come back, take out South Africans that are here to an alternative shelter and demolish this quarter camp that is in here. Hand over the building to the owner, but also see how do we then assist the owner if they want to renovate the building or if they want to sell the building.
You came to South Africa just to get a health care. What about your country? Why don't you go back to your country? What did you run away from your country? South Africa is like, we are at the end. We are at the far south. So all this nonsense is just boiling to south. Nigeria, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, everywhere, they're just boiling to South Africa and say we are Africans. You are deceiving us. You are taking us for a ride. South Africans who are standing up now, I want to give them a round of applause. And if they open political parties, I'm going to vote for them because I don't want to vote for nonsense. I will vote for this specific issue. I will vote in favor of this kind of patriotic South Africans. Just listen to this interview. It's like music in my ears. Huh?
The clinic, I come from yesterday, never enter. He tell us, I said, this is not a foreigners clinic, only South Africa clinic. I did to do so, I come, never give me. So now, I don't know. Me, I'm from Zambia. I come to collect my medication. Now I come to collect my medication, never give me. I say only medication for South Africa, not foreigners. Because I'm not feeling well in my body. I'm not feeling well. That's why I come to clinic to take my medication. Okay. Now, clinic is not allowed to give foreigners. I say foreigners go to your country to take a medication. As my country is not here. Okay. And normally to go home for this time, I say I go to take a medication there. That's why I come here to Rosette University to take my medication. Never give me. Okay.
These are patriotic South Africans. You can call them names if you want to. You can call them names. This is the real issue that in Parliament, those people who are sitting there in Parliament should be actually discussing this issue. They should be acting on this issue. But political parties which are speaking against this kind of issues, they are actually suffocated by the likes of ANC, EFF. I saw a Patriotic Alliance MP talking and the EFF guy just interjected him disrespectfully so. A very chaotic political party, disrespectful. They like chaos. Where there's peace, constructive talks, no, they like chaos. That's why they are chased out of Parliament all the time. So for this particular issue, the EFF will lose votes, the ANC will lose votes, and we have lost hope in those two political parties, including the MKP, by the way. Let's continue watching this interview.
Government to attend to the matter of illegal immigrants, and the pace at which it's been happening has not been to the satisfaction of the general public of South Africa. As you know, much are ordinary citizens of the country of South Africa who are not in any way politically affiliated to any political party. So it's just us as South Africans saying that we've had enough of the crime, we've had enough of the influx, the damage to infrastructure, the shortage of resources, and the many other problems that have been brought on by illegal immigrants in South Africa. And we've made this call to government, and we have been constantly blue-ticked and not given the attention that we feel that this matter deserves, because it is a crisis. And so therefore we decided that we have been asked and tasked as South Africans to make sure that we protect this country and we protect its resources and its people. So that's what we've been doing lately, and making sure that the future of ourselves and our children is taken back to the hands that it rightfully belongs to. Which also, to add to that, there is no constitution in the world.
So we are actually becoming victims of our constitution. So they say South Africa is a country that has got one of the most beautiful constitutions. A constitution that is adopting all the nonsense into its pocket. Ah, no, it's a beautiful constitution. Hey, who's fooling who here? Who's fooling who? Who is fooling who about this? We need to get to the negotiation table and talk about this. We don't have time. We don't have the nonsensical dialogue of Cyril Ramaphosa of the 700 million. That's nonsense. That one is nonsense. The law enforcement officers must just be given. And we have got the capacity. The police are there. The soldiers are there. The Home Affairs is there. We can deport these people. So we are sitting here with a Mandela problem. I'm repeating. We are sitting here with that same Nelson Mandela, the grandfather. We are sitting here with the same problem. And it will haunt us for the longest time. And South Africans who are patriotic are becoming fed up. That is why they are not taking law into their hands. By the way, as a citizen, if I see someone stealing, they're committing crime, I've got a right to arrest that person. That is exactly what they are doing here. There's nothing wrong with doing this. That's exactly what we, all South Africans, should join forces and do this. We shouldn't judge them, because they are helping us. They are also helping us, our kids, our grandkids. Let's watch this video.
So I know, unfortunately, they won't be seeing you from today. They won't be seeing you from today.
Your time is
Forever.
up, it's expired.
Forever. The thing is, our hospitals and our healthcare workers cannot actually see foreign nationals from now. You guys need to go and face your governments, fix your countries, because our systems here are, are overwhelmed by you guys. And our healthcare workers are abused by you.
I don't write a letter like that because we don't want to see.
No, we don't have to write a letter. We don't have to write a letter. We are enforcing the laws of this country.
Yeah, if you don't write a letter, you are illegal. You don't, because
we are illegal. No, we're not illegal. South Africa is the constitution. Okay, we're not before.
Law.
Wait, you came from wherever you came from.
You know what? This is international law. Anyone.
So they can reason. They are comfortable. Mandela gave them the right to be here, so they can reason. They can talk about their rights and what they know. Yo, how did we get here? In a foreign country. I wish Donald Trump can be a president in South Africa just for 6 months to deal with this issue and build a wall that will protect our country and go back to his country. On this specific issue, I wish Donald Trump can be president just for 6 months, because we've got a useless president here. We've got useless opposition parties. The likes of Julius Malema, Jacob Zuma, all of them are useless. Useless politicians who are self-serving, who are wolves in sheepskin.
International law. This law is an international law.
It's international law.
It's a health is for everywhere.
Where?
Everywhere.
When you say everywhere, okay, can I ask you something?
In international country, any country, there is a health problem.
Are you going to allow me to speak or what? Are you going to allow me to speak?
He don't speak.
Are you going to allow me to speak or what?
Yes, you are posting. How do
Are you going to allow me to speak or what?
You can speak.
Okay.
you speak too much?
Let me explain this to you. Let me explain. Don't shout. We're not a choir here.
I'm not shouting.
Yeah. Let me explain to you. Maybe guys, there's something that you don't understand. South Africa is a sovereign state. A sovereign state has its own laws. We are not ruled by a universal law. You see your country and my country, they have two different constitutions. That's what you need to know. So we are enforcing the Constitution of South Africa. That was adopted in 1995. That's the constitution that we are enforcing here.
Now we can't.
So the question that I have for you, gentlemen, you only know your rights when you are in South Africa. But from your countries of origin, you ran away. You did not emphasize your rights in your countries. You want to emphasize them here. Not under our watch, guys. I'm not your brother. I'm not your brother. My name is Trev.
Even a South African citizen cannot access healthcare in South Africa also. Don't behave like this. We are black. I'm black like you. I'm not white.
Many South Africans outside country.
But South Africans in your country, you know, they are compliant. All South Africans in your country, they are compliant.
There is many South Africans in outside country. It's not only me, I'm here. Only other one is here.
In my country, there's no South African. There's no South African there.
They go there legally and they are compliant. That's my argument with you guys.
There's no difference there. Let me tell you.
Oh, we know. Home Affairs, you can buy an ID.
I'm not buying. You
South Africa, you can buy an ID.
You selling.
You know.
Are you complaining government?
Buy an ID in Home Affairs, we know.
How to sell it?
You are selling the ID.
You selling the ID.
You are selling the ID, no? Here in South Africa, you are selling the ID. Oh, that means you are selling ID on the street.
Who is selling?
We know that you buy IDs. We know.
Which officer is selling the ID?
You know them because they sell it to Ethiopians.
You know.
Oh, you are South Africa is selling the ID, no?
No, they sell it to Ethiopians. We know.
Oh.
Ethiopians and Zimbabweans buy IDs. We know.
Why you don't?
That's an open secret that everybody knows.
Why you don't?
Open secret that everybody knows.
Why you don't fix that law if you know where they are selling?
That's why we do it. We take our country back.
That's why we are taking charge. We are fixing that.
Oh, you are fixing your law here.
That's why we do it. We take our country back.
That's why we are taking charge.
We're taking our country back.
Oh, you are fixing your law here.
So these people, they are comfortable to an extent that they even think they know law and they can explain to citizens who are trying to fix the country. And you can see that they are provocative. They undermine these gentlemen and they know that no police officer can arrest them. They are untouchable. And let me explain this to you, squatters. Our government actually is obsessed with Africans, but not South Africans. Africans is obsessed with Africans, not South Africans. ANC doesn't love South Africans. ANC doesn't like South Africans. ANC likes people who are foreign nationals. It's a fact. Foreigners have got more rights in our country than us citizens. We remain traumatized. We are living in a traumatic world where you are scared. Anything you touch, they might come for you and accuse you or something. But illegal immigrants have got more rights to commit crimes, to buy IDs, to do fraud, to sell drugs and everything in our country. Call us xenophobic if you want to. And tell us, how do you think we can resolve this issue if this is not how we can resolve it? I like Kunene for what he's doing. He's doing a good job. If someone sees him, tell him that Comrade Squatter says, you're doing a good job. We don't have a choice. Straight talk. Straight talk. Not the Julius Malemas who are bluffing. He doesn't know what he's saying. He doesn't have a specific position, but I can sense that his position actually is to accommodate these illegal immigrants, and then they push us aside, citizens. We are not going to allow that. ANC, we are not going to allow that. The Mandela generation that messed up this country. Samora Machel was assassinated by the apartheid government. He was assassinated by the apartheid government. The South African Defence Force was in Mpumalanga, Mbuzini, where the plane crashed. The plane descended. So it's a long story. There was a decoy, interference with the signal, and they got rid of Samora Machel. And they gave Mandela Graca Machel as a reward to say, we took your husband, so let's give you Mandela. The one that they say is coming from prison. Sorry, although he was never in prison. We all know what happened to the revolutionary Mandela. And it's so sad, man, because these things, we could foresee them as they were unfolding. The influx of illegal immigrants in our country is very unacceptable. Our health system is overburdened. Our health system is just overburdened. Watch this video of a nurse who's facing the realities if you still don't believe me.
At some point within my ward, we had 38 patients. We were so overwhelmed and we were swamped. I was frustrated. I decided to count. Out of that 38, 19 were foreign nationals. 19 of them were South Africans. And all those 19 foreign nationals were undocumented. We are overworked in our facilities, Makabane, because of foreign nationals. They are not the sole reason why we are overworked, but they form part of the reasons why we are overworked. Our hospitals, our clinic guys were never engineered to service the entire world. Our healthcare facilities is falling. Our healthcare system in South Africa is falling apart today because it's servicing the entire world. There are people from Asia, Europe, Africa here. Gauteng, it's West, and I always say Gauteng is no longer a province; it's a continent. And there hasn't been any significant change in relation to infrastructure development nokwakhiwa kwezibhedlela ezinye nama-clinics since 1994 to match the growing population and the disease burden. Even after COVID, even though we were exposed after COVID, but maybe we were exposed, it was already too late. Badla no 500 billion nama-community amaqabane ekaThambo. But the truth of the matter, Makabane, we need to talk about how foreign nationals overwork us. We are overworked because of our healthcare system is servicing the entire world, and that is a conversation that we need not to shy away from. Even if people can label us as xenophobic or whatever, we are going to talk about it. It's our country, this one, and this thing of overpopulated facilities is frustrating us. As long as politicians, those who have power to totally engineer the constitution or amend the constitution, continue to show disdain to those they lead, we are going to see a revolution where people are going to go to different facilities and block foreign nationals from entering or accessing our healthcare system. I'm not personally saying removing foreign nationals from our healthcare facilities is going to ameliorate the way the conditions in which we practice our profession in. No, it's not going to have that much significance, but there will be umahluko omkhulu. Because unfortunately, we can't talk to foreign nationals who are accessing our healthcare facilities for free without talking to the Constitution. Because they are not wrong. It's the Constitution that is allowing them to do that. Section 27 of the Constitution says everyone has a right to have access to healthcare services, including reproductive healthcare. That is why foreign nationals, in particular, our brothers and sisters from Africa in particular, others, they get pregnant there. They get pregnant in the countries of origin. They get pregnant, but they know good they will come to South Africa to deliver.
So someone who's in a health profession spitting facts like this, I mean, all these are facts. They are facts. And now we've got leaders who don't care. I don't care about them anymore because they don't care about us. It's the same. Why do we have to care about people who don't care about us? Do you think it makes sense? I'm very much angry and irritated by what is happening in my country. And I think at some point, we will have to rise up as patriotic citizens to say enough is enough with hijacked buildings, enough is enough with illegal immigrants, enough is enough with hiring non-South Africans, prioritizing them because you are using them as cheap laborers. We need to rise up at some point, because if we don't, we are going to suffer. We are going to suffer. Our kids are going to suffer. It's going to be a long struggle. The next moment, we are going to have an Ethiopian president in South Africa. Just like what the Gupta attempted to do with the Zumas. That is why I'm saying MKP is a waste of time. It's trash. It must just flushed. It must just be flushed. It must just be deregistered. They could have deregistered this political party. It's not going to serve any purpose. It's not going to help us with real issues. Currently now in Parliament, they are more quieter, next to non-existent than the EFF. So we are in deep crisis. What do we do, South Africa? Wait for Ramaphosa for a dialogue in August. Or wait for the liar, Julius Malema, to keep on lying to us. We are going through. We are going through. Are we really going to wait for these politicians who are self-serving? Imagine if Bryanston didn't have high walls where Ramaphosa is staying and Julius Malema. Imagine if there were no walls. There were no perimeter walls. And people just move around. You are standing at your door there in the morning. You are having some coffee. Someone who is a stranger just passes next to your door. The other one passes this side. The other one passes this side. No borders. If we don't want borders in South Africa, let's start with our perimeter walls. Break those walls, Julius Malema and Cyril Ramaphosa. Break those. Why do we have gates at our houses and perimeter walls? It's to show that this is our territory. But South Africa is naked, porous borders. Everyone comes and leaves. By the way, I will not really judge the EFF because it was built on that foundation of a cigarette smuggler who sponsored them to start this politics. So it's part of the problem. It's part of the problem. So the borders must just be open for Julius Malema so that his friends can transport whatever they want to transport without any disturbance. Otherwise, it will block and it will block their businesses, and they won't be able to get funding. So Floyd associated himself with questionable characters. It means it's a culture in the EFF. Where is VPS now? What happened to Palapala? What happened to the CR17? So we are, as citizens, we are just fooled. And now we are facing this issue of porous borders. It's not going to end now. I'm telling you, South Africa. If the government doesn't do nothing about it, people will explode. There's going to be a revolution of some kind because we have leaders who are at the forefront and who are dumb, who are in parliament. All of them. The MKP, EFF, DA is there. They don't have a position. It's only Patriotic Alliance and Action SA. So for this particular issue, I can vote for these two politicians, either one of them, for this particular issue. If they really mean what they are saying, they are not bluffing. Because the rest, useless. All these other Christian parties, and they are useless. Very useless. Christians should stay away from politics. You must just read the Bible and stay away from politics. Done. Sorry, because if you are a Christian, you follow the politics. It's a very dirty game, man. You'll always be contaminated. There's always going to be vacuum around you. So they must form churches, just like the Bishop Thabo Makgoba, and leave politics, because politics is tainting their images. Look at what happened to ATM. Recently, they removed Vuyo Zungulu. For what reason? We don't know. For what reason? We don't know. They are fighting. There's internal squabbles, fighting. He will leave. That man will leave. And he's one of the good guys, by the way. That Floyd, if Floyd was smart, he could have pulled Vuyo, because he's vulnerable, politically vulnerable now, and pull him into the Maibuya thing. That thing that he's pushing, he's going to fall anytime anyway. I'm a very angry, patriotic citizen. I'm sorry, South Africa. Sometimes we really get to be angry because we are human. I sign out. I'll see you next time. Sharp Scholars.